Hey, good afternoon. It's a nice May day in Maine, 2020. And today I'm on a property in Sebec that's on the Downs Road, and it's on Dow Pond that you can see behind me here. I did a video on this winter. Boy, a few months makes a big difference in how things look. The last time I was here, there was 4 feet of snow on the ground. The sellers built a road in here. We're going to show you that in a minute. That really makes this nice. But the property has about 3,800 feet along Dow Pond. So the far end of that pond roughly is the end of it, all on this side. And then down on the far end of, the other far end of Dow Pond is Gulf Stream. So between Gulf Stream and Dow Pond, we have nearly 3,800 feet of water frontage. This is a little wooded section right next to Dow Pond. If you see the land on the topographic map, it comes up about 15 feet or so in elevation up onto this nice flat ground. And this goes back for hundreds of feet, and it's relatively level. We've got a clearing up here we're going to show you next that would be a great place to build a field. This forest along here is mostly hardwoods. You got some cherry trees and some ash and maple in here. It's a really scenic spot overlooking the pond. All right, this is the clearing that I was talking about, and at the asking price, the owner has agreed to pull the stumps out of here. And we've got probably 4 acres of cleared land. You can see off here in the distance. And then the road continues down to where we just were, down on Dow Pond. This is one of several pine plantations on the property. These are red pine, and you know, there's probably an acre or so of them here. You can see how big they are. They're really nice and straight trees. There's another plantation or two up near Downs Road that we'll show you here when we get out to the road front. Okay, this is the Downs Road right here. The property has about 2,600 feet of frontage along this road. And this is the entrance to the road that went to the pond that we showed you earlier. This has all been recently improved with gravel and culverts. And that's probably the choice building site, would be down towards the pond in that area that we're going to you could possibly make a field. Downs Road goes out and swings back around to Route 16, or you can go the other direction on Downs Road, and that comes into the Sebec Village Road. This is a little wetland. It's a wet run that's between Downs Road and Dow Pond. It's not a big area, but it does have some pretty cool habitat here for wading birds, possibly. Certainly the frogs in there you can hear starting out, the peepers in the spring. But this is a nice little area for wildlife, and you'll see it on the map. We're now driving west along Downs Road towards the western side of the property, and you can see along the road here is mostly hardwood. The land is on the left-hand side as we're driving. Sebec Village is an old historic spot, and we'll go down there where Sebec Lake runs into the river and show you the downtown area. This 154 acres with all this waterfront, road front is priced at $199,900. And here's another plantation here on our left. Another red pine plantation. Okay, this is another entrance off of Downs Road, and another one of the red pine plantations behind me. You can see the remnants of a pretty impressive rock wall right here where this pine plantation at one time was a field. The soil that we've seen here that they've been disturbing, removing some of these plantations, it looks really good for growing crops, and it's supposed to be. It's a little rocky, but that's typical of Maine. This is not as rocky as many places that we go. Okay, now we're on the northwest corner of the Downs Road piece, and there's another survey stake here and a pretty evident stone wall and some blazes, some pretty old blazing on the trees. Pretty good indication we're near the end of the lot. And you can see they did some thinning through this section of forest. I'm guessing this might have been pasture land. We don't really know. It's been many, many years since it was field. But that's the property, folks. This is an excellent piece of land for off-grid living. There is power on both ends of it, but it's a stretch to get it to that preferred building site. So I think you'd be well advised to at least consider alternative energy like solar, wind. Wind would do well today, but solar would be the best option. You know, generator, whatever. This is a great lot. You could build an off-grid homestead here. You could do all kinds of things here. Recreation for hunting, fishing. The pond, Dow Pond, is known to have trout in it and has been fishing well this spring from what I've been told. Hi, my cameraman's having all she can do to hang on to the camera right now. The wind's blowing about 35 miles an hour, but this is the boat landing, or one of several boat landings on Sebec Lake. And this is the very eastern end of the lake where the river runs out of it. You boat up through the narrows here, and this is a really, really large lake. You'll see the map view here in a second that shows how big it is. It goes into Bower Bank and all the way into Dover Foxcroft. Call me today, 800-286-6164. Let's make a time for you to come look at it. And if you like our videos, don't forget, like and subscribe. See you soon.